What's on your mind? Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. What do you think?
Oh, what do I think? I think it's another day and another dollar, and the world is still spinning off its axis. 4 days now till Trump going to Alaska to meet with Putin, so we've got that going on. Down there in the State House, we have some moving pieces. That's right. I did want to update you on the fact. One South Carolina senator resigns seat following an Alzheimer's diagnosis. That happened yesterday. Senator Roger Nutt resigned his upstate seat Monday after being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, the more Republicans said in a news release. You know what I have to say? Kudos to him for realizing the importance of the office and the importance of being able to be there and be in the present every day. Unlike some of our other officials, not necessarily in South Carolina, but on the federal level, that have just kept staying in there regardless of their condition. But anyways, Nutt, a 59-year-old father of three, spent a decade on the Spartanburg County Council before winning a seat in the House in 2020 election. He was elected to the Senate last November after emerging as the victor of a contentious four-way primary for an open seat. He thought that he said, it says in this news release that he had been receiving medical treatment for what he believed were symptoms of long COVID, in which symptoms of the virus linger after the infection itself has ended. Doctors instead determined that Nutt had neurodegenerative disorder, Alzheimer's disease, according to the news release. And so we are very sorry to hear of this. This is a very, very sad, but courageous to come forth with that and to give up his seat so that others can carry on the work. Following the resignation, the Senate set the dates of an election to fill Nutt's seat as per timing rules in the state law. Filing will open August 29th. Party primaries, if needed, will be October 21st. The special election will be December 23rd. So that is where that is. Voters sent Nutt to the Senate to replace Senator Scott Talley of Spartanburg, who opted not to seek a third term. But anyways, they already have, while in the House, Nutt voted with the Freedom Caucus much of the time, but he didn't want to join the ultra-conservative group that split off from the main Republican caucus out of fear of limiting his options, he said of last year's primary runoff. During this year's session in the Senate, Nutt sponsored a bill that would allow nursing home residents to select one person allowed to continue visiting in case of an emergency, such as another pandemic. The bill passed the Senate unanimously, but didn't get a hearing in the House, at least not this year. So that's part of what we are dealing with right here in the state. So I just wanted to mention that this is a big blow. Now, I don't remember, somebody has already filed. I may not have that right here, but I do have another person, this time resigning from the House. So South Carolina legislator has decided to resign from the House. This is Representative R.J. May. He is a founding member of the Freedom Caucus and has been in jail since his arrest June 11th. So he has decided to resign. He resigned his House seat 2 months after his arrest on charges of distributing child sexual abuse material, according to a letter to the House Speaker's office received on Monday. The West Columbia Republican, who remains in jail without bond, has been suspended from the House without pay since his June arrest, as per state law, for any public official indicted on a felony. He was also subject of a House Ethics Commission investigation, which had been the first step towards expelling him from the House. He says, "I have decided it's in my best interest of my family and constituents to resign immediately from the South Carolina." This, yeah, okay. So now you are doing this. So he has decided. He says it's been an honor to serve the people of District 88. The 3-sentence letter concluded. So this is what he has done. The West Columbia Republican is where he was from. As required by law, the election for May's seat is expected to take place, funny thing, December 23rd, 3 weeks before the 2026 legislative session begins. Filing would open same date as the other one, August 29th, with a primary election taking place October 21st, according to the State Election Commission. The office of the House Speaker, Merle Smith, must still officially set the dates. So that's two of the two that are up in flux. And then, of course, we have, Senator Kimbrell, Josh Kimbrell, who has also said that he's running for the governorship, has some issues. We'll see what's going to happen on that one. Right now, though, we have a lot going on down here in conservative South Carolina. What's the deal? But very sorry about the senator with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. That is so sad. Representative Jordan Pace, a Goose Creek Republican and Freedom Caucus chairman, said he welcomed May's resignation and hoped the House would have already expelled him. May was a founding member of the ultra-conservative Freedom Caucus that's publicly battled with the chamber's major GOP caucus and acted as its de facto spokesman until the investigation into him became public last summer. So that is the story about that. These type of things are heart-wrenching. It is particularly heart-wrenching when we find out that the type of things that are going on, and yet so many of these people with their ultra-conservative caucuses, like the Freedom Caucus, hold themselves up to be better than the rest of us, and then we find out not necessarily. All right, so moving on here in our fast-paced political world, Charleston lawyer becomes the first Democrat to enter the 2026 South Carolina governor's race. This is all from the SC South Carolina Daily Gazette. So I just thought I would share that because now we had another duck on the pond, this time on the Democratic side. Charleston lawyer is the first Democrat to officially enter the 2026 governor's race, bringing the total field to 6 announced candidates. Mullins McLeod was among the lawyers who helped to negotiate an $88 billion settlement for victims of the 2000 shooting of the Mother Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, lauded a bid for the governor's mansion with a 3-minute YouTube video Monday. 53-year-old attorney told the SC Gazette if elected, he would push back on the large incentive packages being used to lure companies to the state. He did not name any specific deal he has opposed. And he joined in the chorus of Republican candidates calling for the elimination of the state's personal income tax, a major source of revenue for state spending. And it says income taxes are expected to provide more than $6.5 billion this fiscal year. Zeroing that out would slash 45% of the state's general fund. At the same time, he wants to almost double teachers' salaries. Whoa! He wants to almost double teachers' salaries. What are they? Just under 50,000. So if you doubled a teacher's salaries, that would take them close to $100,000. I believe there's a job that needs to be done, and it needs to be done, he said. That job is curing a cancer that has infiltrated our state government for the last 25 years. That cancer is corruption, and state lawmakers bowing to corporations that have lobbied to rig the system for their own financial gains. Though he doesn't say it, the 25 years refer to how long Republicans have controlled both chambers in the state house. So, in his campaign video, however, McLeod doesn't call himself a Democrat or a Republican. Nor does he mention either party. He's partyless. Nobody will have him. He's partyless. What I believe makes South Carolina great is the people that go to work every day. And giving people hard-earned tax dollars to large for-profit corporations. That's just disrespectful. Public money should be used for the public good, McLeod added. The personal injury attorney. Let's just talk about this. He's a personal injury attorney. Hold on to your wallets, everybody. Will need to overcome headlines of his arrest 3 months ago. Yes, it's true. He kind of exposed himself totally. This is all over Facebook. He was charged with disorderly conduct in downtown Charleston near the Battery. According to reporting by the Post and Courier, officers said McLeod was wearing nothing but underwear and shoes and yelling at the top of his lungs. McLeod's lawyer told a judge the erratic behavior stemmed from a mental health episode and exhaustion. Well, if he was so exhausted, why wasn't he just at home going to bed? McLeod acknowledged the arrest but declined to comment Monday on the pending case other than to tell the Gazette, I was not in my underwear. Well, what were you wearing? He will explain, just not yet. Long before voters go to the polls, they will know what happened. A copy of the police report was not immediately available. The police department required the SC Gazette to submit for the report under the FOIA Act. Meanwhile, Representative Jermaine Johnson, a Democrat from Columbia, said he is still in the exploratory stage of a run for governor. So, but yes, this case where he was found on the Battery yelling and screaming. The Facebook post that I saw said he had this wild look in his eyes and that when he wouldn't give them, he said his name was Superman or some other character. He never would give the cops his name. That's the reason that I read in the Facebook post why he was actually taken in. When they got him in the car, he said he just wanted to stay in the car and sleep. So, this story to be continued. But that is Charleston lawyer Mullins McLeod. A Charleston lawyer is the first Democrat. Even though he doesn't claim to be a Democrat or a Republican, I think, somewhere in here you got to step forward and say where you lie on these things. Although Mandani up there in New York is wide and free up there, just wheeling everything that he knows and trying to get votes. I think I saw a thing this morning that says he has 44% of New Yorkers right at this point would vote for him if the election was held today. Is that wild or is that wild? I think that's pretty darn wild. All right, so let's see. We got anybody coming in? Okay, this came in. I just wanted to see this. A little early for me. Governor McMaster not ready to make a gubernatorial endorsement. He's said on Monday that he's not ready to throw support behind a slate of high-profile Republicans hoping to replace him. Said he's focused on the last 15 minutes of his term. Oh, come on, Henry. You know you need to get in there and endorse. You didn't have any problem endorsing Lindsey Graham or setting up to be the head of his campaign here in South Carolina. It's the same amount of time as it is for a governor's choice. Come on now, Henry. Let's see what else he says. It's a little early for me to announce for this or that candidate. We've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, right, Henry. Come on. A year and a half for me, McMaster said while attending a dedication ceremony for the MUSC Health Gene and Hugh K. Leatherman Behavioral Health Center in Florence. McMaster, one of President Trump's closest political allies, has relationships with everyone who's seeking the GOP. Candidates include your own Lieutenant Governor, Henry, Pamela Evett, State Representative Senator Josh Kimbrell, U.S. Reps Nancy Mace, Ralph Norman, and Attorney General Alan Wilson. This is a little ridiculous in my opinion. Filing for the primary runs from March 16th through March 30th. Election is November 3rd, 2026. We have a lot more things to do in terms of energy, sustainability, in terms of protecting our environment, McMaster said on Monday. Okay, Henry. Now, you're the one that started this thing on lowering the income tax, so I would think you'd have a little something to do on that. But now you're turning your attention to terms of energy, sustainability, a lot more things to do in terms of energy, sustainability. Not sure what that means. In terms of protecting the environment, McMaster said Monday. Okay, well, that came from, what was that from? That was from WSPA News. WSPA News. So there you go. I find this amazing. What? I have heard some of the, I'll call it scuttlebutt, running around here on why and who and when, and I guess we should just say details to be revealed later. But there is from what I understand, a tit for tat. This will happen if you do this and I'll do this. Sort of I'll scrub your back if you scrub my back. So that's what I've heard. So it'll be interesting to see. It's a very diverse field. I don't think, did he actually say, let me check this out. Let's see, he said he had a relationship with everybody. Let me just see. Oh yeah, he put Ralph Norman in there. That's going to be interesting. Who do you think the governor should endorse? That's what I think. Who do you think the governor should endorse? Personally, I think he should endorse Pamela Evett. I mean, y'all know I think Pamela Evett is great. I mean, there is a few things that have come out here in the last week or so that she's trying to be a little more bold. She's trying to be out there. I think that's great. But who should he endorse? Well, it would seem to me that he should endorse Pamela Evett. But why doesn't he just do it then? He's already endorsed Lindsey Graham. He's already heading up his campaign. What's the problem, Henry? All right. I'm not going to spill the beans today. I'll just let it simmer right here. But I would love to know who you think he should endorse. Should he endorse Alan Wilson? Alan Wilson seems to think that he will get his endorsement. I don't know. I think it's a big question. What else did Henry have to say here? Anything Anything else? I don't know. Let's see. Is there anything here or not? Just real quick. All right. Well, I guess not. And then, of course, there's Nancy Mace. I don't think he'll be endorsing Nancy Mace. I think we can put that one out. I don't really think he would endorse Josh Kimbrell, Senator Josh Kimbrell, because of the issues that have not been, are in process of working themselves through the system. Ralph Norman, I don't know. Ralph Norman, I wouldn't think he would endorse Ralph Norman. And I'll just say because Ralph Norman has been a very off again, on again with Trump. So that just would be my question. You know, I got to bring up something. I found a new word that I think discusses very readily what we are all feeling. Exhaustipated. Do you know what exhaustipated means? When you're just too tired to give a crap anymore. We are exhaustipated. There is so much going on every day. If you are involved in the news and the politics in any way, you just become exhaustipated. I think that is a great word, when you're just too tired to give a crap anymore. I did change the word crap. It did say another word, but I thought crap was a little more appropriate for the radio. So from now on, when you just can't take it anymore, you can just say, I am exhaustipated. I just can't give a crap about any of this anymore. All right, that's a little bit more here that I thought you might enjoy. Today is also National Vinyl Record Day. Did you know that? National Vinyl Record Day. It's also National Middle Child Day. But National Vinyl Record Day, it says whether it's the Beatles, Elvis Presley, the Monkees, Johnny Cash, or the Bee Gees, vinyl records have a sound all their own. And I think I saw that Taylor Swift is dropping her new vinyl. I think she's doing it in vinyl as well as other ways. On her podcast with her boyfriend there, she had a big suitcase, a green suitcase, briefcase, and she unveiled her new album. Well, isn't that pretty cool? Right here at Vinyl Records Day, it says most will agree vintage vinyl is classic, and the brands themselves. So here we have Vinyl Records Day. Everybody can enjoy Vinyl Records Day and think about the good old days. As I was talking about the gal I was having a conversation with about, when you used to just call the radio and they would just play a song for you. I miss those days. I was talking to my friend last night, and she goes, yeah, I broke up with my boyfriend down in the island by playing a certain song, and you could just call him up. I find it very interesting that I've had 2 conversations in the last couple of days about what I would consider younger people enjoying the fact of some of the things that you and I took for granted, and how they long for those days, and that there is kind of a revival towards what old is new again. And that's because we all must be exhaustipated. When you're just too tired to give a crap about all the new stuff going on. I love it, don't you? I do love it. Hey, you know what? I am Ann Eller, and it is another day, another dollar. We're supposed to have Flyby Electric Bicycles coming this afternoon on the show to talk about his new electric bicycle business right here in Greenwood. So I should have gotten some information from him last night. I'm sure I've just got to prod him to get it in here, but he's supposed to be here at 5 o'clock. He rents bicycles. He also sells electric bicycles. So I thought I would just say, hey, let's come on and talk about this. And what are some of the challenges? What are some of the challenges? Yes, you are listening to WCRS right here in Greenwood, South Carolina. So what are some of the challenges that our community faces about having appropriate places to ride? And are there more places to ride than what we actually know about? So that's this afternoon at 5 to 6. I tell you what, I really had a lot more information I would have loved to have shared with you this morning, but I am going to have to, let's see, in case something just happened, I am going to say adieu here in just a second. Oh, yes, I got it. I got his information. Fly by. Yes, so we'll have that. We will have him this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Make sure you tune in 5 to 6. Also, make sure you sign up for notifications on WCRS 98.5 FM /1450 AM so that we can let you know when we're going live on Facebook, because that way you'll get a notification. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I hope you have a great day. You are listening to watching WCRS right here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Have a great day. Got a busy one. Talk to you this afternoon. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody. This is WCRS. Well, how about this one?
Keep on sharing. The phones are open. Keep on laughing. Give us a call.